super guy. Hong Kong Philly, quicker than the human eye. Tick-chong, 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 tick-chong.
So it's been a while since I've done any sort of videos about my statue collection, so thought I'd quickly go through it and maybe post it on YouTube. To be honest, I'm not even sure what's new. I've got a basic idea. I've also sold at least one as well. So let's start at the beginning and just work our way through where I'm at with my collection. I don't really feel that I'm that into collecting at the moment. I'm just enjoying what I have. But in saying that, I do have statues that are on order. Feels like I've been waiting for them for a long time. So I've still got the life-size Skeletor from Tweety Head. Yeah, I can't see myself getting rid of it. I got this as a filler until the classic lines arrive, which was the He-Man on Battle Cat, which I have, and Skeletor on Panther, which is still to come. It's supposed to be December this year. But yeah, I mean, if I need the space, I might consider it, but I just can't see myself getting rid of this. It's just such an awesome piece. It's probably the piece I look at most in my collection. Maybe it's because of the size of it, but yeah. And up above here, I have the Tweety Head He-Man on Battle Cat, which is from the Classics line. I think I have a sensor light here somewhere. Well, maybe not. Battery might be dead. But yeah, I love this. Can't imagine getting rid of it, especially since I've got Skeletor and Panther coming later this year. Usually when they say it's a November, December estimate for delivery, to me that's more like March. But we will see. So I'm not really sure where these are going to go. When Skeletor and Panther arrives, which will be facing it off, I'm obviously going to have to move it from that location there. I'm thinking about up there, maybe level these out and put it up there, shift these, but I'll figure it out once it arrives. But yeah, I mean, I've got no issues with this piece. If you're thinking about getting it, you know, jump on it, especially if you're a Masters of the Universe fan. All right, sticking with Masters of the Universe, I have the Legends line. Technically, not so technically it is. This is part of the Legends line, but it's obviously not a 1/5 scale. It's that Skeletor is pretty much the same design as that Skeletor there. But I mean, yeah, I thought I had a light on here as well. Oh, okay, maybe battery's dead on that one. But yeah, I've got no issues with this Skeletor. Pretty damn awesome. Tweeter head, obviously. I'll stop saying ums. So yeah, I've got Trapjaw here. Trapjaw comes with, you know, that extra hook or sickle arm, I guess you'll call it. They have come out with a variant, but yeah, I know. I'd rather they just announce the variants and this ahead of time so you can make a decision if you prefer one over the other. But I just go with whatever's coming out first usually. Well, I've got no choice, do I? And then, yeah, if I like the next one better, then, you know, whatever. I'm not going to buy another one. And over here we have Merman from Tweety Head. It's slightly smaller than the other two, which I don't mean smaller as an underscale. He's just a smaller dude, right? He's a bit of a sea creature. He doesn't need the muscle some of the others do that exist on land. But I mean, yeah, he's awesome. He was my first Tweety Head Legends line. And yeah, I would have liked to have had the, what do you call it, Trident. But unfortunately, I didn't jump on it quick enough. It is what it is. So just give you a bit of a closer up of the base. And his ugly face. And this is Trapjaw, a bit closer up. Need to get my LEDs under the shelf sorted. And give you a last shot of Skeletor. They'll come out with a classics version of this. Honestly, I can tell a huge difference. I think you'd have to have them side by side to be able to tell. There's obviously the different portrait, which I don't like. It's a bit too beady-eyed on the classic variant version. Beady-eyed. Yeah, so that's the Masters. I've actually held off getting not Trapjaw, Beastman, because I bought all these direct from Sideshow, and man, UK import tax and shipping and stuff is just a killer. So I'm doing an experiment. I'm waiting for it to be shipped, and then for some of the stock to come to the mainland in the UK. And I'm going to see if I can pick it up for RRP, therefore avoiding probably not the shipping, but it might be local national shipping, but I'm going to try to avoid the import tax and see if I can pick them up cheaper. It just means I'm going to have to wait a few months, than most people. Now, Tweeterhead have announced Scareglow. I'm not sure, unless it's just amazing. I'm not sure I'm going to get it because he's too similar to Skeletor in my opinion. They're also coming out with Man at Arms. I mean, Man at Arms, 100% need Man at Arms. And what was the other one? Sorceress they're coming out with. She's going to take up a bit of space because of the wingspan. If I remember correctly, the design had the wings opened up. But again, yeah, I'll think about it. I mean, it would be nice just to get everything if I had the money and the space. Space, even a bigger issue than the money. But I'm going to have to pick and choose because this line could go on for years with dozens of characters, and I'm planning ahead. I'm just going to get the ones I really, really want. Coming up to two of my original statues that got me into collecting. My very first one from Sideshow was the premium format Superman, which followed pretty quickly with Doomsday, which I picked up on the secondary market. When I got these two, and these were the only two displaying in my collection, they just looked incredible, right? Sometimes less is more. But it's not my ideal Superman. I'm still waiting for my ideal Superman. The new Hush Superman from Prime 1 at quarter scale, which is just a repeat of their 1/3 scale one. I mean, it's pretty good. I don't care too much about the original portraits, but the new portrait they did for it, which looks like a Jim Lee portrait, are way better than the originals. But like most Prime ones, everything's friggin' expensive, especially the shipping. So I don't expect I'm going to get it. But again, if I can pick it up on the UK market somewhere, I'll consider it. And then I'd probably get rid of that. I still like it. It's just not my ideal Superman. And this Doomsday is awesome. I know the Prime 1, which is way bigger than this from years back, is pretty damn awesome as well. But as far as quarter scale, this is ideal for me. Yeah. And then over here, we have the Daniel Bell slightly oversized quarter scale Batman bust. I need to make space for upcoming pieces, and that's kind of an odd one out, so I may sell it. Funny enough, I've got the 1/3 Tweeterhead Superman coming in. I mainly bought it just because I want to check it out. There's a good chance, I may not continue with that 1/3 line, or even though it's a great line at a great price. I mean, it's the price that's more tempting than anything else about that line. But unless I'm going to continue a line, I'm not going to, I'll start it with one, but I'm not going to get a second one. And then coming over to my custom collection, I'm actually getting rid of my customs. I've already sold a custom Moon Knight from MFA, and then the custom group, and these are both from MFA, the custom group as well. I'm kind of pulling back on the DC collection a bit, and I'm starting with the customs. So I'm in no rush to get rid of them, but yeah, if I can sell them, I will sell them. So the base on this used to just be brown resin with a bit of white paint on it, and I just thought it looked terrible. So I repainted it to make it look like rocks, which I think is a lot better in my opinion. But this is a awesome custom. They look way better on lower shelves, but unfortunately I work with the space I've got at the moment. And this is the Superman Steel, both from the Reign of Superman storyline from 1993, which pretty much got me into collecting comics. So I always wanted to see a company like XM tackle this Reign of Superman line, or the Death Superman line, just because of the detail of their statues. But to be honest, I could never really afford the XM stuffs anyway, so I think Sideshow would be a good bet. Sideshow does a lot more detail. I personally find the DC stuff from Tweeterhead just not detailed enough. But yeah, I think Sideshow could do a pretty decent job of this line. They decided to do all the characters. Obviously, they already done Doomsday, so yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't follow through and do the other characters. The line's just not as popular as the Doomsday character itself. Yeah, and so we move over to what I kind of call my Batman section. Probably my third piece that I got was the Master Race DK3 Batman. I saw this on one of the videos on YouTube and at an expo, and I just loved it. It was just, I've got to have it. It was so awesome. The Bermejo Joker from Prime 1 at 1/3 scale. And as far as detail, I mean, this thing's incredible. It looks just like the comic art, which is itself very detailed from Lee Bermejo. Now, another custom, but a custom I would never get rid of. This to me is the ideal quarter scale Joker. This was commissioned and produced by MFA. As far as I'm concerned, there's been no quarter scale Jokers from any licensed companies as good as this. Like a lot of statues, you probably have to see it in person to really appreciate it. Comes with loads of switch outs, like a gun. You know, it's got the knife, it's got the cane, it's got a load of portraits. I think I've got them laying around somewhere. Now, one of my more recent pieces is the Penguin from Sideshow. Now, I was really curious to see how well it would go with that Joker, since that's the Joker I'm always going to be keeping. And I think it goes pretty well. I mean, he's quite a big, chubby, fat-headed guy compared to him, but you know, he's sort of a skinny version of Joker, so that's where the size difference is, really. You've got the big, fat version of Penguin and the really skinny version of Joker, but I think they still work pretty well together. Base is pretty impressive. I've noticed in the last couple of years, Sideshow have kind of gone with a similar approach to this with a lot of their bases. I think it works really well. I mean, I can't stand museum bases that are round or square. They always have to be sort of more organic and part of the scene. I could never figure out what that is in the water, but I swear it moves every now and again. Anyway, so give you one last look at each one of these. Right, so on the DC stuff, almost forgot the sideshow call to action. Had to move them down here for now. Yeah, another piece. I love this. I'll never get rid of it. That's just a classic Clark Kent turning into Superman. Whoops. And one of my probably most expensive pieces, which I picked up at pretty much double RRP after the fact. Should have picked this up when it first went on sale, but 5-6 years ago, when they kind of come out with these, you think, man, they're really expensive, and then a year or two goes by and you realize they're not so expensive. Anyway, back to the statue. Yeah, got loads of videos of this over the years, but yeah, just incredible. I mean, 100% the best Hulk statue out, debatably, until the who was it, PCS, yeah, huge 1/3 one came out. So I can safely say this is the best 1/4 scale Hulk. Sideshow's come out with a new one, but I don't think that beats it. Anyway, I'm getting sick of hearing my own voice, so I might just give you a quick shot of some of the art that I've shown before. So behind here we have Joker, Batman, and Harley, all 3 Del Auto canvases signed. Fortunately, especially Harley is covered, but I'd rather have her on the wall than not even displayed at all. Over here have some sideshow pieces. Joker, Wolverine, and my first one that I ever bought is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And over here, tucked in the corner, which I wish it wasn't, but the DeLorean 2, Back to the Future. Pretty awesome. I'm pretty sure I got some videos up of just this. It might have been on Instagram, which I don't have anymore. But yeah, so that's there temporarily until I just build myself a new desktop, which is going to be smaller. And then when it's smaller, my desk won't come out as far, so I'll build another cabinet thing there, and the DeLorean will be on there. But until then, it's sitting right next to me as I work. Oh, and I've got a signed Alex Ross Hulk up behind the door. I mean, that's how much limited space I have. I've got an Alex Ross behind my door, which is open pretty much 99% of the time. Yeah, and that's it. So a few new pieces, a couple have left. But yeah, I'm just trying to be picky these days, and I'm more focused on the Masters of the Universe line. Yeah, and I'm trying to pull back and sell a few of the DC pieces. Interests change, but I'll always keep the pieces I love. Okay, till next time, stay cool after school.